Hi, everyone. My name is Jack Hendricks with OpenTab. Today, I'm going to go through a really brief demo of the OpenTab back office system. If you're looking for our user app demo, check out our YouTube page. There's about a 2-minute video there that shows you how users can open, close, and manage their tabs all through the OpenTab user app. But today, we're going to be going through our back office that restaurant and bar owners will have access to kind of take a look at their restaurants within OpenTab and see what's going on, pull some cool analytics, and get some really good customer data that will hopefully start to inform some of their decisions in the future. I'll probably also talk a little bit about some different things that we might be doing in the future to help improve this back office experience. And then obviously, as always, please submit any feature requests that you would like to see. But let's just start with what's on our screen now. So this is the just basic general dashboard overview that you'll see when you log into the OpenTab back office. This is showing all of your locations. You can obviously filter this to any of the locations that you have active with OpenTab currently. Again, going to show you some really basic information. Keep in mind, this is a demo back office, so we're not pulling any direct sales in right now, but we'll see gross sales, tabs open, total tips that have been processed through OpenTab, the new members that have shown up at your restaurant. So these are the users that are opening a tab for the first time at one of your restaurants. Then average tab duration, which can start to inform some really cool business decisions in terms of staffing, where we're putting people, and just different general understanding of how our restaurant is operating throughout the day. What we can also see is our recent tabs. So these are all of the tabs that have just been opened and closed at your restaurant recently. Obviously, we can see this is for all of our locations, but if we wanted to filter it just to Bob's Bar, we can see the different tabs there. But let's go back to all of our locations, and we'll go into Joe's tab here, Mr. Joe Doe. So this is going to give us a really good overview of Joe's experience at Bob's Bar today. So up here, this tab number, this is unique to OpenTab. This is the this is the OpenTab tab ID. If your POS system, whether it be Aloha, Micros, PosiTouch, what have you, does provide a vendor tab ID, we'll be able to pull that in and show you that right here. And then if we have an employee that's attached to that tab within your system, we'll be able to pull that name in here as well. But as you can see here, really cool information, how many items were ordered, the subtotal and tip. We can actually even see the timestamp of every single time Joe ordered a new item, which is kind of interesting, see when they're most active throughout the day. And then obviously the total time that the tab was open. We can also add some different notes. So it looks like Joe was super nice today in Bob's Bar. So that was great. Put a little note in there. This is also just some general understanding of Joe as a user. So this is average spend per tab is about $57. Average tab time open is 32 minutes. This is a really interesting little piece of data that we can pull in. It'll show you how often, obviously, Joe is at the restaurant, and we can start to see what the likelihood of Joe's table turning over in a certain time period is. Average spend per hour, I personally love because it can help start to inform some of our marketing decisions. Obviously, we want to go after those customers who are spending the most per hour. It's great if somebody spends $1,000 a week in your restaurant, but if they're in the restaurant 8 hours a day, that might start to devalue that experience a little bit more. So that average spend per hour is something that we really like to see. But we'll go back to our homepage here, and then let's just go into customers really quick. So this will show you all of the customers, all of the users in our world that are visiting your restaurant. The total visits that they've had, so the number of times that they've actually gone to a specific location, the last time that they've opened a tab. We really like this feature as well. Let's say somebody has been to your restaurant 50 times in total, but they haven't been in 3 months. It's a really good opportunity to reach out to that user and re-engage that customer, try and get them back in, and we'll certainly offer you some tools in the future to help you do that a little bit more effectively when we launch our marketing module and marketing hub as well. And then obviously we can see the all-time total spent by a user. Let's go into locations here. So obviously we know restaurant owners, restaurant operators are managing multiple locations at a time, multiple brands at a time. So we really give them one central location where they can see everything that's going on at all of their restaurants and all of their locations. So these are currently the 3 locations that have been uploaded by this organization. Again, these are demo locations that don't have a ton of data in them, but for the sake of the demo, let's go in and add a location. So if we add a location with a POS system already attached to it, the onboarding process, frankly, could take 2 to 3 minutes. Most of the time, when you add an Aloha, a PosiTouch, a Micros, right when you right when we make that connection with your POS system, we're able to ingest the majority of the information that we need, whether it be the restaurant name, the hours opened, if you have a cover image or logo in there. A lot of times we can ingest that data for you and make this onboarding process super, super quick. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes most often. But for the sake of the demo, we're going to continue without a POS system just so we can show you all of the fields that we're going to need here. So let's create a restaurant called Columbus Kitchen and Bar. In the app display name, this is what users are actually going to see within the OpenTab user app. Let's take, for example, if your restaurant name was Mikey's Kitchen and Bar, but everybody in the area pretty much knows it as Mikey's, we could put Mikey's in as the app display name. But for the time being, let's just put Columbus Kitchen and Bar. Add our category here. This is a restaurant. And then we offer you the ability to put a phone number in there. We're not going to put one in there right now because it's not required. For our address, we'll say this is 1234 Columbus Road in Columbus, Ohio. And our zip code's 43212. Down here is where we can add our logo and a cover image. Again, this is what's going to be showing in the app. So let's add our logo here. And then we'll drop a cover image, which will be shown on the top of your restaurant's basically homepage within the OpenTab user app. We call it our prompt screen when somebody's actually going to open a tab. We'll show this at the top, and then it'll also be shown while somebody's tab is active. But we'll add this guy in here as well. And then we can choose our hours. So keep in mind, when you set hours with OpenTab, that isn't necessarily going to impact a user's ability to open or close a tab. This is really something that we just display in the app so that when people are looking for their next spot for the day, they can see if your restaurant is open. But there is a really cool key feature in here that I want to call out. So let's just open our restaurant from 10 to 10 every day. So obviously, like I just said, we're open from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Great. Well, what's this closing out at time? We understand that sometimes people are not going to close their tab in the user app. Obviously, we would love if they did, but we want to kind of backstop anytime that somebody doesn't do that. The worst part for a bartender or a server at the end of the night is having to go back through and close all of these random open tabs and add the standard 20% tip and yada, yada, yada. It's a really bad experience. It's no fun, right? And we're trying to save you guys time. It's a core value for OpenTab. So what the closing out at time basically says is any OpenTab tab, not any of your tabs that are not connected with OpenTab, but any OpenTab tab that happens to be open at, in this situation, 10 o'clock, are going to be closed automatically with the default tip that's already applied to the tab itself. So let's say we're closing at 10, but sometimes people are in there till 10:30. We can just update this to say 10:30 p.m. So what this means is right at 10:30 p.m., all of your OpenTab tabs will close automatically. It's just a big wipe closeout. Really helps for some different organization, keeps things really clean and keeps it really easy for your bar managers and your servers to manage. Down here, similarly, so we do offer pre-authorization. We believe that you should be pre-authing every single one of your tabs. So we allow you to customize that a little bit down here at the bottom. And then similarly to that close out at time, this inactivity before closing a tab is something that we really like as well. So let's say it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but Bob hasn't had anything added to his tab in 2 hours. And we're kind of sure that he's left by this point and he's just forgotten to close his tab. If nothing has happened to his tab in 2 hours, we'll close him out automatically. Now, what does it mean for something to happen to somebody's tab? Basically means that they interact with the app or a new item has been added to it. So we don't want you to think that if somebody is sitting at a nice dinner for a few hours that we're just going to close that out automatically. As long as they interact with the tab in one way or another, that tab will remain open. And then obviously you can customize this as well. Keep in mind too, we will be sending either a push notification or a text message to the user 30 minutes before that tab is set to close. So we send it 30 minutes and then 15 minutes as well, just to say, hey, if you want this tab to stay open, just open your app really quick so that it can remain open for you, just in case they are actually still there and just nothing has happened. So it looks like we're all set here. So we have our name, our app display name, category, the address, logo, cover image, all of our hours, and then some of these different settings down at the bottom, and we will click save. And just like that, a new restaurant is now open. Super exciting. Welcome to OpenTab, Columbus Kitchen and Bar. Well, what are we missing? What is this right here? These are our users. So those users could be your bar manager, could be a location manager, could be a key holder, what have you. Anybody that you want to be able to access each individual location. Why is this important? Well, let's say you're an organization with 25 different locations and you don't really want the bar manager at location 3 to be able to see the information of location 20. You can invite different users and give them access to different locations. And I'll show you that here in the team setting, in the team page. So as you can see here, so my name is Jack Hendricks. I am one of the co-founders here at OpenTab, and then Bennett is my other co-founder. So we are the owners of this total organization, which encompasses all of our different locations. Well, if we wanted to add, let's say, Jim to Columbus Kitchen and Bar, what we could do is go in here and just add him to Columbus Kitchen and Bar and invite him. So Jim has now received an email to go accept his invitation to Columbus Kitchen and Bar and become a new bar manager and have access to that location. If we need to invite a new team member, we can go in here and just invite a new team member. Really easy way to give everybody on your team access to all of the different locations that really just matter to them. In settings here, this is really just a billing page, so you can update your organization name and your address. We manage this all via Stripe, and typically we only give the admins access to this page. That's it. That's what you can do with the OpenTab back office right now. As I mentioned a little bit there, we're going to be releasing a marketing module, a marketing hub, if you will, that's going to be able to give restaurant owners and managers this incredible tool to be able to market directly to their customers. You kind of can start to see all of the data that we're pulling in from these tabs and all of the data that we're picking up on users are really going to be able to start to inform incredibly personalized and specific marketing decisions for each of these users. And in the past, restaurant owners haven't been given a great way to market to a user directly. Yeah, you can send Instagram ads, but that's not as targeted as maybe you think it is. With OpenTab, we're giving you a platform to send one individual user specific marketing information, whether it be a promotion just for them, whether it be messaging that's tailored exactly to what they like. For the first time ever, bar managers and owners have a unified platform that they know users are engaging with, that they're going to be able to send incredibly personalized marketing materials to, and we're going to offer some artificial intelligence tools that will help them automate that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for learning a little bit more about our back office. As I mentioned, please send any feature requests that you have. We're still, building this thing out. We're still making this a lot better. We're going to be doing that for the next hopefully 10 to 20 years. We're continuously improving on this back office. And hope to provide you and anybody that's using this all the features and tools that you want. So thanks for watching and hope to talk to you soon. Thanks.